Speaking of things that people might be interested in, poor old beleaguered LA Knight. I see him matched up with Rey Mysterio coming up next, and I'm thinking, holy shit, they're going to beat him again. But again, people are, somewhat responding to him, even though that he's been beaten with a stick repeatedly and made to go stand in the corner and had his nose rubbed in shit for whatever reason. But in this case, and of course they went again under 3 minutes. The match gets started and they go under 3 minutes as usual. But Dominic comes out and distracts Mysterio, and LA knocks him off the top rope. We go to the break. We've got some heat going. And that's the thing. Rey likes to sell, because when you look at Rey Mysterio versus El Hijo del Vikingo, Rey Mysterio's got more expression on his face, and he's wearing a mask than the other guy did, showing us his face. Because his body language, he likes to sell, and his body language, and you can feel it, and you can see it in the way that he moves. And in most of his matches, the opponent's always bigger. They get heat on him, and then he plausibly figures out a way to escape or use his quickness or whatever and surprise you and get his few signature moves in that people love to see. But he does big versus little because that's what he's had to do all of his career, and he's got that. And he's got a better physique than Hijo del Vikingo. So again, there's a size difference, but and LA Knight understands himself and how to work, and there's a size difference, but they're making it nobody's going through goddamn tables and doing these 100 and fucking, well, not even 180, 300, not even 360, 720 degree fucking cannonball moves through furniture off of the top rope that both, look spectacular and will lead to your fucking paralyzation, and nobody remembers the goddamn shit a week later. So they had a nice little match. They didn't, this wasn't the main event, as they say, of Starrcade 86, but finally Rey goes for a 619, and Dom trips him coming off the ropes, and as he turns around, LA schoolboys him 1, 2, 3, LA Knight wins! LA Knight wins! And it's Rey Mysterio, for God's sake. Imagine that.
And as much as fans like Rey Mysterio, you could hear a pop when LA Knight got the victory. People actually want him to get a win.
It's like, Cinderella story out of nowhere. So, before we go any further, what did you think of the match, if anything different?
Really good match. And when you're looking for things outside of the Bloodline Cody angle to enjoy on the show, LA Knight, despite his usage, despite being in matches with people sometimes you don't want to watch, has been one of the highlights of WWE. Nice to see him get a win. Hopefully this means something. That's what I thought coming out of this. Hopefully that's it. Like Austin Theory. For like a year, you and I were like, what the hell is going on? Whose daughter did he sleep with? What is going on here? And then it changed somewhat. Maybe with LA Knight, maybe he's paid his weird WWE dues, whatever you want to call it, and maybe they'll use him to the level that he has already shown that he can go to and the people are reacting to him at. So I saw it as a sign of hope.